Well, um, I'm always enthusiastic when going into a new environment and a new direction. We just got a new owner and a new coach, so this team is going to be a lot different than what you're used to. I'm glad that I have the opportunity to spread my philosophy to these young players. New Jersey, new city for me. I used to wreak havoc when I played there. Me to call me the General, and I used to run that shit. So I'm happy to be in this situation that I'm going into because it's looking bright for me and my future team.
Coach, how excited are you about free agency?
Oh,
Negotiations begin tonight at 12:01 midnight.
indubitably, I am very excited. You can see it in my gums. I'm happy that all these great players you got leading the list. LeBron James, you got Dwayne Wade, you got Chris Bosh, you got players like Dirk Nowitzki. You've got Carlos Bozers, Amaris Stoudemire's. We even got not big names, but we've got names, household names of players that can really impact a game like a Flip Murray or I reckon a Rudy Gay, players like that. So I'm very excited. I'm going to see what moves my team can make. To make us a contender in the East and in the NBA.
Coach Tom Ruder, ESPN New
How
Mexico.
you know?
Um, what's your take on the LeBron James situation? Do you think the Nets have enough to land LeBron?
Well, hell, I hope so. LeBron is one of the greatest basketball players of all time. His body physically is just something of colossus. Mentally he can pass. You seen how he jumps. He blocks shots. The only thing that's a little sus is his jumper. The shit's a little broke, but we can work with him. We can get him here and we can do some drills to get his jump shot because once he gets his jump shots down, he'll be top top three of all time. Small forwards behind, that's of Scottie Pippen and what's the boy's name? I can't even think of his name. Anyway, he'll be up there. But yeah, LeBron, if he comes here, I think that he'll have a great chance of winning a championship. Not a championship. I don't know what a championship is, but with our young nucleus, just like Devin Harris and Courtney Lee, and we a big man in the middle from Stanford, Brook Lopez. He'll be that big man. We can't win a championship without a solid big man. So I think that he comes here, he have a very good chance of doing so.
Hi, how you doing, Coach Dwayne Moore, New York Gazette? I just want to know what you feel about teams inside your division making moves. Like you see how Washington they went and got Heat and they got Kirk Heinrich and shit. Like what you gonna do to counter attack them?
You asked me how I feel about Washington. Fuck Washington. They came over to our side and stole ye for shit ass Quentin Ross. I'm better than Quentin Ross when I'm on ecstasy. And but there's something I can't soak over. Washington is they're nobody. They haven't been anybody. I take When I think of Washington, the first thing that comes to mind is who they've drafted, and they drafted Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown goes down as the worst number one pick of all time. He's just ass. So I'm not worried about Washington. They have a lot of young guards that can possibly be, uh, backups, but none of them are stars. The whole Gilbert Arena situation, it's everywhere. So I don't know. And then the young kid they drafted, John Wall. I'm sorry. He's a great athlete, but I haven't seen him. You know, his point guard skills. He played on a team full of superstars and all stars. So it's not. He hasn't shown me much yet. I'm not gonna knock him, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, Washington is the least of my worries.
Avery, coach, one last question.
Go ahead,
Who do
Phil.
you think is the best player in the NBA? Kobe, LeBron, D-Wade? Talk to me, fool.
That's an interesting question, young fool. Um, you know, there are many great players in the NBA. I've coached a ton of great players. I've coached players from a Jerry Stackhouse to a Devin George. I mean, to Antoine Walker. So, I've coached a lot of players that ain't been shit, but I've also coached a lot of players that are good, like Dirk Nowitzki. I even coached. This is gonna be my second term with Devin Harris, thankfully. But right now, I don't think really that there's a best player. If you go by rings, you have to say Kobe Bryant. We just surpassed Shaquille with his fifth. So right now, that would be him. But I think that there's so many players that have, personal just assets that makes them exquisite. I look at Deron Williams. He's probably hands down the best ball handler in the NBA. But as a point guard, Chris Paul is better because, he makes the bums and the trucks around him look like, 24-hour fitness type players. He makes them look good. He had a Mo Pete. He went to Michigan State, but he's been shit since he's came in the league. He's never his jumper I wouldn't even call that broke. It's demolished. He had other players like James Posey. He can shoot a little bit, but Chris Paul made him into an offensive player. But then again, we have players like you know, LeBron, of course, he's gonna be up there. But I see young guys like Kevin Durant. His jump shot is just amazing. His jump shot is a PYT, pretty young thing, and all he needs now is some TLC, tender love and care. Uh, you know, Dwayne Wade County down there. When he piped on Verjao, I just, whew, I I didn't know what to think. Who else did we have? Of course, Dirk. People say Dirk can't close a game, but I think Dirk might be one of the greatest big men of all time because he can shoot the three ball. Um, that's a tough question. So we're just gonna have to come back to one like that on another day. But I'm really pleased about the situation and everything that's going on. So I'm thankful. I want to thank the Lord, and I want to thank Commissioner David Stern. I also want to thank Tim Donahue for not betting on me. Just a little NBA humor. But thank you all and have a good day.